Remember that of all the ironies about Diana, perhaps the greatest was this.
It is hard to find words to express the aching loneliness and rejection I have found them experiencing.
For years, Princess Diana's estate remained a mystery, until now. Hidden rooms, secret letters, and eerie relics have allegedly surfaced, leaving royal fans stunned. What was kept so private that even insiders are whispering? The truth might be darker than anyone expected. Stick around and don't forget to subscribe. Years have passed, yet Princess Diana's presence still lingers in the air around Althorp Estate. Known as the People's Princess, she touched hearts worldwide. But now whispers are spreading about something newly uncovered on her family's historic grounds. Not just jewelry or clothing, but items tucked away, possibly on purpose. Sources close to the estate suggest that during a recent review of her private belongings, staff allegedly stumbled across letters, forgotten artifacts, and keepsakes never shown to the public. Some claim these weren't just stored, they were hidden, carefully placed in sealed boxes wrapped in cloth behind locked cabinet doors.
But I'm not going to say anything, babe. But Prince Charles did give us a hint himself.
What makes this discovery so riveting is not just what was found, but why it was left untouched for so long. Even some of Diana's closest admirers and former staff say they had no idea certain personal pieces were kept in the estate's private wing. Now, fans across the world are wondering, were these objects meant for her sons? Were they too personal to share? Or do they hold something deeper, messages, reflections, or stories that she never got to finish? One thing is clear, curiosity has been reignited, and what comes next could reshape how the world remembers her. While many members of Diana's family are buried in traditional church grounds, her final resting place was chosen with deep intention. Instead of a grand cathedral or royal vault, Diana lies at peace on a quiet island in the middle of a lake.
Best to put him in that if you want him to smile at the cameras. No, he's very happy to do that.
Oval Lake, located within the Althorp estate. Her brother, Charles Spencer, made the decision to bury her there, away from the public eye. It wasn't a simple choice. But after witnessing the media frenzy surrounding her, he knew her sons needed a place to remember their mother in peace. He once said, "They can come and go as they wish," highlighting the personal nature of the location. To allow access during her funeral, a walkway was temporarily constructed. Once the service ended, it was removed, preventing uninvited visitors from reaching the island. This wasn't just symbolic, it was protective. Some believe the secluded location may have contributed to the quiet preservation of her belongings nearby. Without constant traffic or exposure, anything stored within the estate remained untouched for decades. Was it intentional, or simply a result of honoring her in privacy?
She's been a little joy of heaven, but at the same time, it is...
Whatever the case, this peaceful resting place holds more than just memories. It may hold secrets long kept safe. Not far from Oval Lake stands a beautiful tribute, a Grecian-style structure known as the Temple. Erected in 1998, it serves as a public memorial to Diana's life and legacy. Elegant yet simple, it carries her name and two powerful stone tablets etched with words that stir the soul. One features a direct quote from Diana, "Nothing brings me more happiness than trying to help the most vulnerable people in society." These words capture the very essence of her life's mission, compassion and care. The second tablet features an excerpt from the heartfelt eulogy her brother gave during the funeral, describing her as unique, complex, extraordinary, and irreplaceable.
In the past 12 years, I can honestly say that one of my greatest pleasures has been my association.
Along the pathway to the lake, 36 oak trees were planted, each one representing a year of Diana's life. The trees were not randomly placed. They were planted by members of the royal family, including Queen Elizabeth II, the Queen Mother, King Charles, Princes William and Harry, and other relatives. Visitors often say the area feels peaceful, almost sacred. But recently, that quiet elegance has taken on new meaning. Could the temple, the trees, and the grounds themselves be connected to the recently found belongings? Could something hidden in this tribute tell more of Diana's story? To understand how such items could remain undiscovered, you have to understand Althorp. Spanning over 13,000 acres, this estate isn't just large, it's a universe of gardens, halls, and history.
I know that in the position I'm in, that's what's required of me to do. And
The estate first appeared in the Domesday Book of 1086 under the name Olorp. It eventually became home to the Spencer family in 1508, thanks to the fortune they earned through sheep farming. Since then, Althorp has grown into a grand symbol of aristocracy. Through the 18th century, it became a hub for art and knowledge. One family member, the second Earl Spencer, built one of Europe's largest private libraries, over 100,000 books. But in time, many treasures had to be sold off due to financial strain. The house itself evolved too. Originally a red brick Tudor mansion, it was later transformed with elegant tilework and grand Corinthian pillars. Rooms like Wooton Hall still preserve the original oak woodwork, and the picture gallery holds portraits that span centuries. With such deep and layered history, it's not surprising that parts of the house were closed off or forgotten over time. Could the items recently found be remnants of that earlier era, or were they always Diana's, tucked away behind history's heavy curtains?
I was, because it's opening another chapter in my life, and certainly William's.
At one point, Charles Spencer opened a museum on the estate dedicated to his sister. For several years, visitors could walk through rooms filled with Diana's most iconic items, dresses, tiaras, and letters. But it wasn't just fashion. The museum also displayed family photos, notes in her own handwriting, and even home videos. These glimpses into Diana's private world showed a woman who was more than just a royal. She was a sister, a mother, and a friend. When the museum closed in 2014, many of the items were stored away. It's unclear how much of what's now being discussed was ever part of that exhibit. What's rumored to have surfaced recently, however, seems to include more personal mementos.
I was a separated wife to the Prince of Wales. I was a problem, full stop. Never happened before.
Notes never made public, photographs not shared before, and possibly recordings meant for family eyes only. Was Diana preparing something? Were these keepsakes meant to be passed down when the time was right? Or did someone quietly decide they were too delicate for public display? These newly uncovered items may not just add to the legacy, they may change the way we understand it. The question now is, will the world ever get to see them? After stepping back from her royal duties, Diana didn't retreat. She flourished. Freed from protocol, she poured her energy into global causes. She held children in hospitals, met with families in need, and walked through places many wouldn't dare. Two of her boldest commitments were to people living with illness and to communities affected by landmines. She visited patients with courage, ignoring social stigmas, and traveled through areas impacted by war to raise awareness.
Queen Consort, there was going to be people or bodies left in the street because of that.
Her presence alone drew cameras, but her purpose went far beyond headlines. It's that version of Diana, kind, brave, and fiercely human, that still lives on through her sons. William and Harry have both continued her work, attending events, supporting charities, and keeping her vision alive in their own ways. And now, with recent buzz around discoveries at Althorp, many wonder if they've played a quiet role in uncovering or preserving some of their mother's hidden belongings. Could these findings bring the brothers closer to pieces of their past? Could Diana's private items carry messages she never had the chance to give? One thing is certain, her influence endures, and perhaps the most powerful chapters of her legacy are still waiting to be opened.
Because I love history, was going back through letters, diaries, accounts of the time and learning.
In early 2024, something unexpected happened at Althorp. After days of relentless rain, the estate's manicured front lawn turned into what looked like a shallow lake. Charles Spencer, Diana's brother and guardian of the estate, shared photos on social media with a mix of wit and concern. "The front lawn looks a little soggy," he wrote, but beneath the humor, the scene was serious. The water had spread widely, submerging parts of the estate rarely touched. Conservation staff noted it was as wet as we've ever seen it. And that's where the rumors began. Could the flooding have revealed something buried or forgotten? As restoration efforts began, whispers grew about workers finding boxes, shelves, and even hidden panels affected by water exposure. While no official statement confirmed the exact nature of the discovery, online communities lit up with speculation. Some say it was only a matter of time. That nature, in its unpredictable way, brought to light what history tried to keep sealed. Whether true or not, the idea adds a layer of mystery to an already powerful narrative. In a place so carefully maintained, a storm may have shifted more than just soil. It may have reopened a story the world wasn't finished reading. The response online has been overwhelming. Fans, journalists, and royal watchers are buzzing with questions. What was found? Who has seen it? And will any of it be made public? Some speculate that the unearthed items may include private letters between Diana and her sons. Others believe there could be photographs or gifts exchanged during her travels, things too personal to display before. What do you think could be hidden at Althorpe? A secret gift? A message never delivered? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and if you want more stories like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for what's coming next.